Students, previously we have started with Unit 2, that is Structure of Atom. We have discussed Democritus theory and Dalton's atomic theory. Democritus theory was concerned with the view that atom is indivisible particle. Dalton concluded that all matter is composed of atoms. According to him, atom was like a solid ball. Both the scientists were unable to give a proper structure of atom. Then came Ernest Rutherford. He in 1911 performed an experiment called gold foil experiment to determine the internal structure of atom. His experiment is considered the most important experiment in the history of chemistry because nucleus was discovered through this experiment. It is called as gold foil experiment because for the first time a scientist has used gold foil in his experiment to determine the structure of atom. So, in 1911, Ernest Rutherford performed an experiment to determine the internal structure of atom, and the experiment he performed was called as gold foil experiment. Materials used in experiment: number 1, lead container. Lead is an inactive or unreactive metal, mean to say that the container was made up of lead. If you see over here, this is a lead container. Now, this lead container was used by Rutherford because the element lead, it will not react with the other elements kept in this container. That's why Rutherford used lead container. Next, polonium. Polonium is a metal, a radioactive element which produces rays. Which rays? Alpha rays. What are alpha rays? Alpha rays, they are composed of 2 protons and 2 neutrons. As we know that neutrons are having no charge and protons are having positive charge. So that's why it is called as double positively charged particles or double positive charges, and they are highly energetic particles. Alpha rays can also be considered as helium nucleus. Now this is helium atom, this is the nucleus of helium. It contains 2 protons and 2 neutrons and 2 electrons. If we consider the nucleus of helium atom, it is composed of 2 protons and 2 neutrons. And if you see alpha rays, they are also composed of 2 protons and 2 neutrons, that is double positive charges are present in alpha rays. So we can consider alpha rays as the helium nucleus. So if you see over here, this is polonium metal. It is kept, it's a radioactive element, and it is kept in lead container because the element lead, it will not react with this polonium. So that's why Rutherford has used a container which is made up of lead, an inactive or unreactive metal. Next, gold foil. Foil means a thin sheet-like material. So Rutherford, he used a gold foil which was made up of gold atoms, and the foil was 0.00004 centimeter thin. It was so much thin. If you see over here, this is gold foil. It is made up of gold atoms, and this foil was too much thin, as you can see over here, that is 0.00004 centimeter thin. Next is fluorescent screen. Now what is fluorescent screen? A screen made up of a substance which gives off or produces light, bright light, when radiation strike the screen or detect the radiations coming from any source. Mean to say that, now if you see over here, this is fluorescent screen. It is made up of zinc sulfide. The function of this fluorescent screen is to detect the radiations coming from the any source, or you can say over here it is coming from polonium source. So what happens that when when radiations are produced from this polonium element, what happens, these radiation they strike this fluorescent screen. As soon as it strikes the fluorescent screen, it produces bright light and the radiations are detected. So fluorescent screen, it detects the radiations by producing bright colors. So we'll continue our topic in the next video. Thank you.